Mic check 1, 2, SWRV Birdsong in the building, and it's my job to help you make music on the go. Let's get it, man. Skirt. Okay, today's episode is inspired by my homegirl, Kat. What up, Kat? We up in here. We up in here. She hit me up about this awesome, extra dope singer right here.
Till I find my heroes welcome waiting in the arms.
To that man who premeditated and murdered that song in the sight of God and everybody else, bro, shout out. So Kat's original question was, what equipment do you think he's using to sing live while recording this on his phone? And I responded, the RØDECaster Duo. And she proceeds to ask, what's a RØDECaster Duo? And I was like, oh, okay. Let me do a tutorial ASAPually. This, my friends, is the RØDECaster Duo with a nice sleek design. I'm not a hand model, but you can see how beautiful the device is in comparison to my fingers. No, seriously, you can look up the specs somewhere else, but let's just talk about what it does. All right, this thing is straight fire. In conjunction with the RØDE NTH-100M headphones that looks like it has this itty bitty nothing mic, but the mic is actually everything, not everything, but everything. Yeah, these two together, fire. All y'all power singers out there who don't like to try to move your head back and forth from the mic and you be having that sweat on your lip and you hitting that take and you don't want that distortion coming in when you hitting those. You make my soul a burning fire. When you're doing all that stuff and you don't want that getting inside the mic, yeah. You saw that red happening when I'm hitting them. You make my soul. All of that. That little red part right here, that's actually being compressed by the compressor. Out the box, everything is just about already preset. But I love the functionality of it. If you want to make some changes, you can go inside of here. You got your high pass filter. It's already set. You got your de-esser if you want to, first things first, pop off. And you one of those, you got your de-esser right there to take all the hisses out. You got your noise gate, which I absolutely adore. If you got your AC going in the back, some traffic in the back, you got just some random white noise or pink noises happening out of nowhere. When I get silent, there's cars in the back of me right now, but you don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing because that noise gate is all the way on point. You can adjust your threshold. Anything below this line that I'm moving will not be heard. Anything above the line will be heard. You have your compressor, which we already talked about. Equalizer, if you want to put some highs, if you want to get some bass in your voice, you can do that. If you want to say it with your chest, then you have the big bottoms right here. You have to drive just to add a little bit more punchiness to the bottoms in your voice, right? Without overdoing it. Oral exciter, if you want to add just a little pinch of treble without actually adjusting the treble itself. This will give you those harmonics at the top to keep everything a little crispy when you talk. Yeah, everything is straightforward and simple. Okay, now this might be my most favorite feature on the RØDECaster Duo is the pads. You can have some songs queued up in these pads or some effects, some drops. If you're DJing, if you're going live, if you're going to be on stage, if you're going to be online, you got some pads. So you can have your track queued up. You can turn it down and just have it as backing music when you're talking, when you're live or whatever. If you're doing your podcast, however you want to do it. If you're about to perform, it's been a long time coming from making beats in the basement from homies living adjacent, wishing we had some placements. 3 CD changer connected to a double tape deck, pantyhose for pop filters, see how far it take us. Woo! I'll be thinking about, man, you can be live and have like all your songs going down each one of these pads. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, as you were. And just be ready to go. This is really awesome right here. If you're doing your podcast, you can fade everything out. And this is like, you can fade everything back in if you need to. And that's really dope. Okay, now let's talk about the ducking feature. The ducking, what it does is as you're talking, it makes the track go underneath your voice so you don't have to be trying to turn things up, turn things down, and you can have it set to a very moderate level to where it won't be so noticeable. But this is gonna sound a little bit extra because I didn't set it. But this is what ducking does. So if somebody's over here just speaking and talking and you don't need to be trying to cut the music up and down and monitor everything, it'll just be automatically ducking when the person on the track 1 is speaking. So you can kind of see right here on the levels what's actually happened when I talk. Then it comes back up. Dope feature. You got your censor feature right here. So if you just want to say some words about some and then you just feeling like, man, I don't give a and I can't even cuss right no more. In case somebody's just on a cussing binge and you just need to hold the button. That's what that's for. So you got your censor button. You have your trash talk button. So if you want to just talk some mess, but you don't want nobody to hear it except the people around you, but you live. So you just going in and you don't want nobody to hear it. That's what that button's for. So it's really dope. Imagine you live doing a set. It might be like an acoustic set. You got your guitar and your people's on the side and you just need that one effect for that one part of the song. The dopeness. Or if you online and you just need to have that one little effect when you sing it, because you just like a whole new world. Yeah. I think that's pretty awesome. And you can actually set these effects to be set to one individual track. That would be an awesome alternative for you because you also have the Rode Wireless Go's that you can use as a lavalier mic. You can also connect whatever mic you want to connect to the back. It has an XLR in and it also has a line in. So you good. So right now this is set to another pair of headphones, but I can have it set that it's only for this track. How dope. I love it. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. If you play instruments, if you play a guitar like me, or you play piano, violin, a flute, a harp, whatever you got beside you can have its own individual track with its own individual effects. And you got 2 inputs and you got some virtual inputs too. Okay, now when it comes to effects, you have
too many effects. You are affected. You have a plethora of effects to choose from.
Might just feel like a droid. You may not be an Apple guy. You might be a droid type of person. You might have a little more advanced droid and think you're doing something right. Or you might just be all the way droided out. Roboted out.
Let me take this off. I don't want to hear that. Shut up.
reverb. So if you are doing your songs, and though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked in you? And you can add your echo to that. And though you don't believe that they do come true. I'm always going to use a combination of reverb and echo. So you can put that on there and set it. You can set it to large, small. You can change the levels, how much you want. You can have the low cut or however you want to do it. So when you live and you can't get the DJ or the sound guy to give you what you want in your mic, you got it right here in your RØDECaster Duo, so you can have no interruptions when you just, and though you don't believe that they do come true. Everybody sing. I'm always on the go, so I don't get into the extra techie specs about everything. But to do things like your audiobooks, radio shows, podcasts, stuff like that, very simple to do inside of here. You have an SD card that everything records to, and you can hit the record button. If you ever have to take a break, you can pause that, go to the restroom, get you something to eat, take a phone call, come back, get to it, pick up right where you left off. So simple. Fun fact, every setting that you set is saved to every show that you record. So if you record a show, those particular settings that you have for that show are saved in the RØDECaster Duo. If you happen to accidentally reset the settings or somebody comes and accidentally resets them for you, as long as you have the show recorded, you have the previous settings and you are good. So yeah, obviously you can transfer what you record via SD card, or you can do it through a cable and send it to the computer. And whatever you have set is just like that when you send it out. So you really don't have to do much editing at the end unless you want to. You have the option. And speaking of podcasts, you can put your drops
They talking, but I
on
don't
these
say
pads.
the other sound. I just crank my bass up a lot. Then I put my shades on my face, tell my
So dope. And you can have little stuff like this. These pads are toggleable, so let me show you what that means. If I have to go into an actual pad and make it to where it's not just gonna keep on doing a one shot, I can make it a toggle. So now I can start it, stop it. I can make it replay or loop or continue. Stop, continue. You have options. It can replay. Sometimes when you're talking to your audience and you like, man, you need to be motivated in life. You need to be on the go. You need to swerve. And when things get in your way, you need to wake up, wake up, wake up.
smile at yourself, say Happy New Year, you so fire.
You got all your stuff loaded. So when you're
I had to
talking,
pull up on.
you got everything you need.
See, now I gotta rev up, bro. See, now I gotta push. You ain't got no push. You talking, but you ain't got no drive. Oh, broke down, stay in pipe, sitting in neutral, slow body, bro.
Okay. Let me I'll be having fun, man. I'm excited, man. You should be excited too. Now you got what you need to do what you got to do to swerve in your gift and swerve on the go. Let's get it, boy. Skirt. Okay, a couple things you need to know. I'm not getting paid by Rode for none of this. This is just all my opinion. I'm feeling the device, so I'll talk about it. If you're going to plug your iPad or your iPhone into it, you're going to need an SC15 or SC19 cable, specifically from Rode. And I believe those cost about $30. You can get them on like Amazon, probably for the low ski, but you know, that's how it rolls. The power cord, it's a USB-C cable, and you have to have a special cord for it. If you want to be on the go like me, you're going to have to get you this type of battery. And I'm going to put it in the description. Now, I have a 100-watt version of this battery. It doesn't work. It's too much juice. So I had to use a 65-watt. I'm just putting it out there, look up the specs and figure out how to use all of that. I ain't about to get into all that. And you can get a USB-C cable and connect it to the USB-C input of this, and you can take it on the go and you will be good. And it lasts probably about, I ain't gonna lie, man, I probably got a nice 12 hours out of this machine before I had to even charge that battery again, and it was still willing to go. And I might actually be underselling that battery. It did an excellent job, but I've never recorded for over 12 hours, so I couldn't tell you. Disclaimer, this is not your pappy's mixer, right? This ain't the old back in the day where everything is blended into one channel and you got a couple solos and you got your mutes and things like that. Well, it has that, but it also has this thing called mix minus, to where like if I got my iPhone Bluetoothed into here and one of the virtual tracks, or I have my cell phone and my iPad on these virtual tracks too, let's say a call comes in and I don't want you to hear it, I don't got to let you hear it. Mix minus can allow me to minus the tracks that I don't want the audience to hear. So if you call me and you wonder why I'm like in and out, it's because while we're talking, I'm probably mixing too. Give me some grace now. I'm on the go, so I got to stay working. I got to stay waking. I got to stay getting it done. So yeah, that mix minus be coming in handy. Okay, so I think the RØDECaster Duo is the internet's best kept secret. I think when people are doing these awesome videos and songs that they're using this RØDECaster and it's helping them get premium results. I'm getting premium results. When I tell you I got a bundle of mics I don't even touch no more. I just keep my RØDE NTH-100M headphones on with this sleek, dope little mic, my RØDECaster Duo, and my MacBook Pro, And that's my whole studio setup. I record full songs that way, mix, master, podcast, audiobook, the works, all from this setup. So I'm just saying, and I'm good. And I'm trying to get you good. So if you enjoyed my opinion, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and look forward to more SWRV on the go, man. Let's get it. Skirt.